I went through a divorce after about 30 years of marriage, and I had a 23-year stint with no drinking, raised 4 wonderful children, and I went back to drinking. And it took me approximately 5 years to destroy everything. I ran through a ton of money. Finally, it got to the point my car was repossessed and I was being evicted, and I could not quit drinking. I came through the front door here, actually to see if these people could pay my rent, and I wound up in detox that day. It was time.
I was homeless, and I had a problem drinking. And the VA, I went to the VA, and the VA sent me here. And that was one of the best moves of my life, you know, because my life changed, you know, for the better. Not only did it take me out the street, you know, it gave me optimism. It helped me in a lot of ways. You know, now I got my own apartment, you know. I'm still part of this place. It's got me sober, you know. I just can't speak of the goodness I got out of here. That's why I keep coming back, you know, as a alumni, you know, to show.
So you lived here for a while, but now you've transitioned into your own apartment.
Yes, you know, and it was all from here, you know, through this place right here. It's amazing what they do.
Maggie is the house manager of Guardian House, and I asked her if these tough economic times represent a job-hunting hardship.
You know, with us being homeless and trying to get our lives back in order, we're not too picky about what kind of jobs. We just need something to get our foot in the door, and then, you know, we can go from there. You know, just doing the next right thing by taking a job and feeling better about yourself. You know, you can take the next step to get the job that you actually want. But I mean, in my opinion, there's a lot of work out there if you're willing to do the work that's offered to you.
You know, the house helped me, you know, do a lot of things. You know, be it support issues, child support issues, you know, things that I neglected over the years, which built up, and the reason why I became homeless. And it helped me do a lot of things. It was, you know, with back tax issues, child support issues, anything that would go wrong in your life, the house would give you the opportunities, especially with that help with employment side of it. You know, the position was offered to me. So, you know, I'm extremely grateful to the house for that. And substance abuse, alcohol, you know, I indulged too much in that. I was, you know, doing that because of my injuries, you know, and feeling depressed. But it changed around my life. I mean, literally. It's very good.
Over the past year, one of the key statistics is that we placed 91 veterans of the categories that I just talked about, at risk and homeless, in employment in a very tough economy. We also, another good measure is that we had approximately 25 different veterans come through our house. The average stay in the house is about 9 to 10 months. They can stay up to 2 years under the grant and per diem program. So we, in the year that we were talking about, we had about 25 different veterans come through the house. And out of those 25, 22 of them had successful transitions out of the house.
Peg is a veteran of the Coast Guard and lives in the Guardian House for women.
What really means a lot to me are the 3 of the ladies in Guardian House. There's only 6 of us. We've gotten pretty close, and I've learned to respect them. You know, they're suffering from some health issues. We're around the same age bracket. Life changes, and basically if you think you might not have a person around a long time, you appreciate them a lot more.
Right. So they're like a surrogate family for you.
Yeah, they really are. We eat dinner together, we cook. I'm not a great cook. They're very patient and sweet, and we select a menu every week. And we have little classes. We're doing a photography, creative writing workshop right now. So, you can go through life, you by yourself, you make some mistakes, you end up homeless. If you have some people along the road that encourage you a little bit, you're lucky. So, getting to know them, I've seen that they'll encourage me. I can encourage them, and I'm kind of a jokester, outgoing. I'm always up, even if, I'm tired. So they enjoy that. So it's like a reciprocal, thing.
They really helped me out a lot. They welcomed me with open arms. It's a safe place to be. Time to settle down and take a look at what was going on in my life. I was a bricklayer for 27 years, but I had fallen off a roof and broken my neck and my collarbone. I split my sternum, broke 4 ribs, and a couple cracks in my back.
Wow.
My story was alcoholism. I fell, down from it. I've struggled with it for years. I've been sober for 2.5 years now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've struggled with that myself. And now mine's 23 and a half years now.
One day at a time.
But
That's
I
how
don't,
they do that.
I don't like to boast that. I do boast that. I'm proud of that. But I know it could all end with a drink.
That's how I feel too. With the many attempts and tries that I've had, I know that it could all end with a drink or a drug.
Bud Mazurek is the executive director of Saratoga County RPC, the parent of Vet Help, and I asked him how big of a problem is this phenomenon of homeless vets.
At any given evening in this county alone, Saratoga County, there are approximately 175 homeless veterans. In the capital region, if you just do the math, it's close to 1,000 at any given evening. In New York State, that number grows to almost 8,000 homeless veterans on any given evening. So the problem exists in a much larger scale than most people believe. Male veterans are 2 times more likely to become homeless than their civilian counterpart, and with women, they're 4 times more likely to become homeless than their civilian counterpart. And there are a number of reasons for that, which if you look back to Vietnam, the vast majority of people serving were either rural farm boys or inner city urban kids. The typical middle class family was generally untouched by people serving in Vietnam. Therefore, it was a non-issue for them. In these wars, 50% of our troops were from the National Guard. National Guard tends to be more middle class, which means the average family in 2011, 2012 knows of someone or knows of someone who knows of someone who is serving. Secondly, people who are in charge now, heads of corporations, leaders in the community, were from the Vietnam era. And they pledged never to let that kind of situation happen again.
And now they're decision makers.
And now they're decision makers. And that's one of the reasons why we have great success in the employment piece. Is many of the human resources manager, company owners, either were Vietnam veterans or knew of someone who was a Vietnam veteran or had a family member, and their affinity towards hiring vets is very strong.
So if you know of a veteran who could benefit from the Vet Help program, please get in touch with us so that a grateful nation can return the service.